those advances. Many are reassuring. But yet, because of you, America is safer, it's stronger, and is better prepared to meet whatever threat we face. And the threats are mounting. They're not diminishing. But we have you. And I know the stakes and the stress of the job take an incredible toll. Yet every single one of you answer the call every day. It's not hyperbole to suggest you're heroes.
Instead, folks, here, listen to this. Friday's report shows that spending is still robust, and some people are still forecasting another jump in the market. The economic lines are particularly zigzaggy at the moment. Some, like the strong job market, point to continued job growth and spending. Others, like the rising number of overdue car loans, point to a looming shutdown. So what will happen in 2023? I believe that Joe Biden will send out stimulus. Hang it up! Because here is some breaking news. Looming cuts to monthly benefits are set to affect millions of low income. And now in just a few days, many will notice smaller benefit checks. Several Democrats want to take action to prevent many from falling into food insecurity. And now when the crisis has boosted food stamp benefit cuts, millions of the low income will see smaller balances in their accounts that they use to pay for groceries. At least food banks bracing for a spike in demand. And as of March 1st, the emergency allotment will see individuals in households enrolled in federal SNAP program. It will end in 32 states. And that means recipient households will see their monthly grocery allocations reduced by $95 a month. Now, $1,000 is going out this week. Many low-income households can now qualify and receive an extra $1,100 in new inflation checks. This extra relief money can be used to pay for bills or everyday necessities, especially as the cost of living continues to rise. Now, inflation reached a peak in June at 9.1%, the highest it's actually been in 40 years. And with gas prices, groceries, and other living expenses increasing throughout 2022, many states have responded by providing inflation relief checks. According to CNBC, at least 17 states are giving out some form of inflation relief to the residents right now. It's very good news. In particular, Pennsylvania is offering inflation relief checks to low-income homeowners. Those who qualify for the property tax, rent, and rebate program will get a one-time tax rebate. To qualify, homeowners must be 65 and older, or widows and widowers, 50 and older, or people with disabilities 18 and older. According to CNBC News, this rebate is a bonus in addition to one sent down in 2021. The rebate should be sent by the end of the month. It will have the amount of 70% of the one that's sent out in 2021. So guys, it's a big check going to you guys. If you guys need stimulus checks, President Biden is definitely going to be sending it out to you guys very soon. And also, Senate Democrats announced that they'll be looking into legislation designed to extend the property tax and rent relief programs for many people in Pennsylvania. Currently, the law excludes homeowners if their annual income was of over $35,000, but this new proposal would actually increase limits for renters from $15,000 to $30,000, and so the proposal would aim to exclude an applicant's Social Security COLA from the definition of income. And recent COLA increases to Social Security have just pushed more applicants and some applicants to go above their income eligibility limit, and that's not a good thing, everybody. It's definitely important that lawmakers take action and address these political issues, but so far the Biden administration is kicking off its efforts toward forgiving student loan debt today, sending updates on the process via mail and before the window to apply for next month. So the Department of Education is actually working closely with the White House through the implementation process and is meeting daily. But 6 Republican-led states recently sued President Biden in an effort to block his student loan forgiveness plan from taking effect. The lawsuit was filed in a federal court in Missouri by state attorney generals from Missouri, Arkansas, Nebraska, and South Carolina, as well as legislative representatives from Ohio. Now, earlier this week, a public interest lawyer and a student loan borrower also sued the Biden administration over the student loan forgiveness plan. Under Biden's plan, individual borrowers who earned less than $125,000 and married couples who earned more than $250,000 in those years will see up to $10,000 of their federal student loan debt. If qualifying borrower also received a federal Pell Grant while enrolled in college, the individual is eligible for up to $20,000 of debt forgiveness. Pell Grants are awarded to millions of low-income students each year based on factors including their size and income and the cost charged by the college. So the Biden administration is expected to roll out the first wave of student loan forgiveness in October, and so hopefully President Biden can do something about this and help out the American people with a stimulus payment.
It can cause mental damage to the inmate who is separated from contact with other persons for long periods of time. What is your feeling on the issue? You need to turn the microphone on, and if you'll draw it a little closer to you.
Thank you. My team warned me that I needed to get used to doing that. Sorry, Mr. Chair. So the Bureau's goal, of course, is to house individuals in the least restrictive environment possible, to ensure their own safety and the safety of staff and other inmates and the public. But your points are very true. Research has shown again and again and again that any type of restrictive housing can be damaging to an individual, especially those who have mental health issues. So this is a priority for me. This is a priority for me as director of the Oregon Department of Corrections. This is something we have been focused on for over a decade. We were able to, in Oregon, reduce our use of restrictive housing by 46%. So this is a complex issue. This is one I'm still getting up to speed on at the Bureau, but our values match in this topic area. Senator.
This morning, yesterday, the Department of Justice announced that they were going to seek stiffer sentences in prisoner abuse cases. We have, unfortunately, with Inspector General reports, ample evidence that many prison workers have been arrested, charged, or convicted of crimes including sexual abuse, murder, and introducing contraband into prisons. Tell us how you'll deal with that aspect and whether it reflects other problems such as understaffing.
Thank you, Senator. Of course, we take allegations of staff misconduct very seriously. We have a zero tolerance policy for sexual abuse of any kind. This is also something I've worked on quite substantially in my career, both when I was new to the Department of Corrections in Oregon. We were one of 2 states who had yet to make sexual misconduct in an institution a felony. As the Inspector General, I took this very seriously, ensuring that people who did engage in this type of behavior were held accountable to the greatest extent of the law. That clearly will be my philosophy here as well, Senator. We are actively participating in a work group right now assembled by the Deputy Attorney General. You referred to the request that the Deputy Attorney General and I had when we met with U.S. attorneys just a few weeks ago to please take these situations and these cases seriously, both to send a clear message to the employees that this type of behavior is unacceptable and criminal, but also to send a message to the corrections employees who come to work every day doing good work that we will fetter out this type of behavior and they will actually be safer in their institutions.
Director, I think one of the most memorable hearings we've had in this Judiciary Committee involved the Olympic gymnasts who were exploited and abused